Yeah, I like that, and I want to come back to one thing you said, and then I want to follow up with what you just said about the adding value. One of the things you said is some of these people can find the trends, like trending
Mhm.
songs or trending music or trending language. How is there like a trick to that, or is there like how might someone know what's considered trending?
For sure. So a great way to do that is, by being active on the platform, and you'll naturally like notice certain stuff popping on your explore page or for you page. And then also is you got to follow the people that are the leaders in the industry that you want to take over, right? So let's just say, if you're someone in, let's just say you're a dancer as an example, like, and you're looking for the next big, trending sound in that niche, you got to follow the big dancers and what songs they're posting and so forth, right? And then usually when you notice a sound or a trend, and it could be for real estate, it could be for remodeling, right? Interior design trends, right? The people that you follow, you'll notice them start posting similar trends, right? So you have to follow people to see that. You can't follow zero people. You got to follow the leaders in your industry, and you can't be envious of them or so forth. You just got to learn from them, right? They're giving you
Mm,
hints, and if you do exactly what I say this all the time, right? Success always leads trails, right? So if I'm a chef, right, and I give you a recipe and you use that recipe, you're going to get the dish, correct? So it's the same thing applies with success or, succeeding on TikTok or Instagram and so forth. If you have someone, if you're following someone, and nowadays entrepreneurs, TikTokers, famous people around the world, they're studied so well, so in depth, how they think, what they do, and so forth. You just have to figure out exactly what they did and implement it. And naturally the law of cause and effect will, come in place. Right. So again,
mm,
it's really about just being consistent, persistent, and learning and growing, trial and error. And eventually you will get the rhythm. You will start gaining your audience, and the algorithm will match you up. And, you also have to set deadlines for your goals, because if you're not hitting your deadlines and you're setting realistic deadlines for your goals, there's something wrong and something needs to be adjusted, something needs to be changed. And don't be afraid to try to get advice from people that are experts in the industry or whatever it may be. But it's sometimes you have to take fault for it. If you're posting the same stuff over and over and it's not gaining traction on TikTok, you gotta try something different. You gotta try new things. You gotta stay out. You gotta get out of your comfort zone, right? Maybe you have to bring on a better editor. Maybe you have to pay more attention to trends. Maybe you need to get more eye grabbing content, and figure out, okay, the algorithm works like this. So within the first 3 seconds, they're going to decide if they're going to keep watching this video or not. So maybe you need to grab their attention faster, right? And then you need to wait longer to give them what they're looking for, right? If you're about to teach them, the secret recipe strategy, don't give it to them at the beginning of the video, give it to them at the end of the video, right? So it's really just about being a student, right? Just
mm.
be a student in your craft, and eventually, if you stay persistent, you will get results.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm glad I asked that question because that's listener, I would go back and just re-listen to that little rant right there because that's really good to help you find the trends. Another thing that you mentioned was add value. I think there's so many people that just
Mhm.
want to take like, well, especially like the hey girl. We joke about the hey girl message, right? It's like, hey girl, I think you'd be really good for this new legging company or this this protein shake or whatever. Like, so how do you teach your clients, or how do you what is your approach to value adding versus just trying to take? Because there's a lot of people in the marketplace that are just trying to take as much as possible. So what's your theory? What's your process? What's your approach to adding value, whether it be in their inbox or in the post, or a little bit of both, or just in general?
For sure. So what's funny is that what immediately came to my head is when you travel to another country, right? And you're just trying to mind your own business. You got all these people just trying to shove stuff in your face saying, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. Isn't it annoying? Don't you want to like do whatever I do, it's not going to be paying them, right? I want to pay the person that's helping me get to where I need to go, or just offering free value or giving me a free sample or something in return. Again, the law of reciprocity is so real. Again, I promise you that. And if you everyone needs to understand this, right? You know something that someone doesn't know. And it could help them a lot to give them that piece of information. Don't feel like you need to hog all the stuff that you've gained over time in your industry. Like, no, my competitors might see it. No, no, no. That's not how you need to think. You need to just be nice, be generous, give out value. Let's just say I'm a marketing expert. Why would I not share, all these marketing tips and tricks? Because now I'm gaining all of these other people that are in marketing that may want to work for me or may want to refer me business or may want to follow me and just help me with the algorithm that helps me get in front of my clients. Right.
Mm,
And again, like, you got to be honest with yourself. Like, what type of content would you want to see? You have to put yourself in these other people's position. If you're a follower, what content and you're going to buy from you, what do you want to see? What's going to attract them? What's going to get their attention? Right. For instance, like in the PR space, I may want to, give a free value video on, what's the top 5 articles you should start off with and maybe how you could get them for the cheapest price rather than trying to close them on it. Right. Because then they still may want to work with me and say, well, I don't feel like doing all that, but I trust you now, Trey, because you were honest and transparent with me. So how can I work with you? Right. It's about building trust. Like there's two parts of a sale, there's value and trust. Keep that in mind. So if you're already providing the value there, you just have to get them to trust you and they're going to work with you, and
Mm,
value and trust are directly parallel and correlated. And if you can consistently keep bringing value, then they're going to trust you. And money is just an exchange for value at the end of the day. So keep that in mind. Um,
yeah, that's
but,
great.
but yeah.